Is the Florida condo market crashing? With lowering prices and more inventory coming on, in this video, I'm going to talk to you about what is happening, why it is happening, what the future looks like, and any tips for buyers or sellers in navigating this market. Let's dive in. So I'm Ryan Zachos. I was born and raised here in Sarasota, Florida. I've had the privilege of helping hundreds of people relocate here. I believe that we are the best way to relocate to the area, as my father, who's a retired police officer, started this firm with me about 8 years ago, and he's obviously patrolled these streets for 25 years. And again, I was born and raised here in the area. So we love helping people relocate to the area because we do know the area so well. Let's dive into the video. First thing, we talk about what is happening. Obviously, I kind of gave you an idea in the intro that inventory is piling up, prices are coming down. That's all true. The stats just came out for February. I actually think the stats are going to look worse in March than they looked in February, but we do have the actual stats for February. I'm going to talk about the stats in Sarasota and Manatee County. Sarasota's condo market, townhome market is actually worse off than Manatee County's. I believe that's probably because Manatee County has a lot of new construction. People are gravitating to new construction, so therefore it's not looking as bad in Manatee County. Sarasota County as a whole, worse numbers, but as an overall units, that's why I like to look at these bigger areas for the state of Florida, and then not just county or city to city, but look at a couple counties together, because it does tell you a better picture of what's going on. We are down about 13 to 14% in median price year over year. We're up to 9 months of inventory here in the area. About this time last year, we were looking at about 6 months of inventory. At balanced markets, about 5 months of inventory. So we're about 35% higher in inventory than we were last year. Pending sales are down, inventory is up, median price is way down year over year. So that's all a recipe and a formula for a recession. It's been going on for more than a year, but it's starting to really feel it in the condo market. As we are selling these condos, we're helping the sellers navigate this market. We're helping buyers actually purchase in this market and getting amazing deals for these buyers. The reality is, it is not looking good from a condo market perspective. And honestly, transparently, I don't think it's going to look any better here in the foreseeable future. Why is this happening? This is happening mostly because the dues have skyrocketed for condos. The dues have gone up because of the cost of labor, the cost of materials, and the cost of insurance. Because of the recent storms and past storms, insurance companies have been a lot stricter on what their requirements are in order to insure a property. You need to have a newer roof, a roof under 20 years old. So all these condo complexes that have older roofs are having to replace their roofs. They didn't have the reserves for these units, so therefore it's being passed down to the owners. As well as just the cost of insure period has gone up for a lot of these older buildings. So whether it's flood insurance or just regular homeowners insurance, the cost has gone up tremendously here in the last couple of years in the state of Florida as a whole. So typically in a condo building, the association is covering the exterior insurance and the exterior maintenance of these buildings, and the homeowners are drywall in. They're covering the cost of the personal items from the drywall in of their units. So their cost of insurance is very reasonable, but the cost of insuring the complex itself for these associations are very pricey. The prices have gone up. Also, taxes have gone up with reassessments throughout the years as the prices have gone up. Hopefully we see these reassessments coming back down, those taxes being lowered a little bit. Taxes, insurance, cost of labor, cost of material, all these costs that are being incurred by the association are now being passed out to the homeowners. Homeowners are feeling it because what their dues used to be $300-400 a month when they purchase these condos are now $800-900 a month. They don't want to carry that monthly cost, so they are dumping their condos. And buyers aren't wanting to assume that cost either, so they're being hesitant on their purchasing. That is what's leading to obviously more inventory, less pending sales, and a condo recession happening. Another why is the increased inventory because of new construction. New construction has come into areas like Parrish, Lakewood Ranch, Willand Park, some of these out areas, even in East Sarasota. They're purchasing new construction. Buyers are choosing new construction as their dues are typically lower. The cost of insuring new construction is a lot less than it would be a resale. So buyers are liking the fact that they have these amenity-rich communities, a villa that they could have a single story, a side-by-side, have a wonderful view, and an amenity-rich community for half the cost and half the dues of what they would get in a resale, even though it might be in a better location and closer to the beach. They are choosing some of these amenity-rich communities. So the inventory of new construction is leading to obviously more inventory as a whole, which is then driving down the prices, especially in the resale market. We'll revert back to another reason for the cost side. Another reason for the cost side is that because of the condo collapse in Miami, the state has passed on regulations to these condo associations saying that they need to hold so much in reserves, they do these engineering studies, and they have to do these 10-year benchmarks. So these associations are having to hold a lot more reserve, which means they have to charge the residents and the owners more in order to pile up that reserve so they can perform these studies and make sure these condo complexes are safe. What does that mean for buyers and sellers? For buyers, obviously, amazing opportunity to be had. I have personally helped, just in the last couple of months, a handful of buyers that are purchasing condos. They still want the amenity rich, the maintenance free. These people are coming in from out of state. This is a second home to them. They don't want to deal with the maintenance of the exterior, maintenance of the lawn, or all the things that they'd be responsible for in a single family home. They don't want to deal with that. They want a condo. They want they want that peace of mind. So condos are still great opportunities for some of these snowbirds or people that want maintenance-free living. Because of the market and the state of the market, there is amazing opportunities to be had, amazing purchasing power for the buyer. I've helped people get into condos recently at a 50% cost reduction of what they could have purchased just a couple of years ago here in the condo market. So even though that price is down, what they're saying, the median price is down about 13-14% for the area, there's some areas where it's even being hurt worse because of the dues have gone up more. So there's some great opportunities if you are looking to purchase. Just met with someone listing their condo villa in the Meadows. And again, they're backwards on the home, but they need to get out of it. And so there's going to be a great opportunity for a buyer on that unit as well. So there's a great opportunities to be had if you're a buyer. You need someone that's experienced and navigate this market, know exactly what to look for. Obviously, we have the data and resources to look at the past purchasing, what that looks like, and how to navigate and advocate for you and get you the best deal possible in this current market. As for sellers, you have to do a couple things to stand out. One is prepare your home. We pride ourselves obviously in partnering with my sister, who's an interior designer with, she's interior designer with HGTV, Property Brothers for years. You have to prepare your home because all these people that are dumping their condos, most of them aren't marketing it well. They're not preparing the home properly. So it just looks like one of the many random condos. You really have to do stuff that's going to set your condo apart. Again, just in the Meadows yesterday when I was meeting with someone, there's over 100 listings in just the Meadows. It was the master plan community in North Sarasota, beautiful golf community, 2 public courses, 1 private course in the Meadows, beautiful tennis complex. But again, over 100 listings in there. So you can't just be another listing. You have to prepare your home. It's got to set apart. You got to do amazing drone photography. You got to do video walkthroughs and video flyovers, all the things that are going to make your unit look different than the unit next to you. So prepare it better. And then you have to price it competitively. Most people are making the mistake of chasing the market down. You can't chase the market down. You'll never be able to sell it that way. You have to step in front of the downward trend, understand where the market is and where it's going to be, price it where it is currently, not where it was last year. That's obviously a no-brainer for a lot of people, but people are looking at stats that were just even 3 months ago, and they're trying to sell off of that. We really have to follow this trend, jump in front of the trend if you really want to sell your unit, obviously with all the other inventory that's out there right now, the 9 months worth here in the area. And then what does the future look like? I believe that this trend is not actually going to shift anytime soon. Interest rates might come down a little bit. Hopefully that sparks a little bit of buyers into the market. But at the end of the day, pending units are down, transactions are down in Sarasota County. They're about flat for both counties. And then the median price is still coming down. So I believe that the trend, that inventory is going to keep going up. The trend is still we're still going to see a downward tick throughout the rest of this year. Not sure what that looks like going into next year, but unless the state, which the state's talking about coming in here, doing some stuff with insurance, potentially some of these dues, reserves, whatever it may be for this condo. But if the state comes in and actually helps some of these dues become a little bit lower, more affordable for homeowners, we might see that reverse a little bit. But for the meantime, I don't have much optimism when it comes to the market turning around. I still think it's going to be soft and a very buyer-friendly market here for the remainder of this year. Again, I just want to pop on here real quick, talk to you about kind of what I'm seeing in the condo world, let you know that there is opportunities as buyers in this market. So don't run away from opportunities if you are looking for a condo that's close to the beach, that's a wonderful location, that's amazing amenities. There's tons of opportunities out there. Don't run away from those opportunities. Just know exactly what you're getting into. A lot of these dues have been raised already, so they are where they're going to be. Hopefully we don't continue to see these dues raised. A lot of them have done their assessments already because the state has imposed these studies to be done already prior to this year. So you should know where you stand within these condo complexes. You should know what you're getting into, but hopefully you have an agent to navigate the market for you. But again, don't run from these opportunities. Embrace the opportunity. Look for real opportunities and purchase them. there. As for selling, make sure you have a really good agent that can market really well. You need to stand out in this market and pair your home, price your home, promote your home properly. And then please feel free to reach out to me if you have any question at all. I would love to be a resource for you and helping you relocate here to the Sunshine State. Look forward to talking to you soon.
Hey, thanks so much for watching the video. I just want to pop on real quick and tell you a little bit about who I am and who we are here at Zachos Realty and Design Group. I'm Ryan Zachos, as you heard throughout the video. I was born and raised here in Sarasota. I currently live with my family in Lakewood Ranch. Started this firm with my father about 8 years ago or so. We have an office in downtown Sarasota and downtown Venice. He actually lives on Venice Island. My father relocated here from Michigan, and it was his first career out of college at Michigan State, was a police officer here in Sarasota County at the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office. My mom relocated here from New Jersey when she was actually a child, so they have both relocated here from out of state, but it afforded me the opportunity to actually be born and raised here. So I spent my first 18 years living in Sarasota proper, and then now with my family, we live in Lakewood Ranch. I absolutely love everything about the Gulf Coast of Florida. I've worked in St. Pete, I've worked in Tampa, I lived in Sarasota. My parents currently live in Venice Island. I have sold a lot of stuff in Welland Park. I'm passionate about this area, and I think that it offers an unbelievable lifestyle that is unparalleled to anything else in the state of Florida, let alone the country. I do think that being born and raised here, it provides me the opportunity to provide insight into communities, into areas that a lot of agents don't know. There are a lot of agents, there's 10,000 plus agents here locally, and a lot of those agents actually aren't from here or haven't lived here that very long at all. So being from here, I have had the privilege of building relationships with tons and tons of vendors in every industry you could think of, but then also just having that intimate knowledge of each community and each area, whether it's a pocket of Sarasota or a pocket of Venice or Lakewood Ranch, whatever that consists. So I do think that I can provide that value in great detail for you and help you in understanding what your relocation goals are and helping you achieve that in what kind of home and community you want to ultimately be in. So please don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions at all. I would love to be a resource for you, and I hope I can meet you one day. Thanks. Talk to you soon.